Good morning, everyone. Today is the day we are departing Orange Beach. AIS got finished up yesterday, so we're all good and legal for that to be on the Mississippi. So this morning we're going to be over at the fuel docks and pump out at 8 when they open, and then we're going to get started headed back to Oklahoma.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
We are stopped and waiting on that big O thing to cross our path so we can proceed. Since it's commercial traffic and they are bigger, they have right of way. And they are moving, even though it doesn't look like it, very, very slowly. Probably fast for them. You can see some of their little lake. And actually, they're just radioing us.
You got Snapdragon?
Yes, sir. I'll be on the 2 for you. I'm turning your way all the time, but I'll be on the 2 for you.
Roger that.
Tugboat with 6 for sure barges on them. Maybe more, we'll find out in a minute. They called us. They're passing. So on the 2 is starboard to starboard.
How are you feeling now? When all the pieces seem like they can't be found, I'll be the friend that is standing there. I'll be the hand holding all your cares. I see you now, I'm not going anywhere. We'll find our way back home. We'll find our way back home.
Okay. Today was a good day. March 10th. 10 days behind our actual scheduled departure date. Left Orange Beach this morning. Did a pump out and filled up on fuel. Just less than $1,000. I was pretty happy. We crossed the Mobile Bay, left Alabama into Mississippi, and now we're getting ready to be into Louisiana. We're at Horn Island, and we're anchored just off leeward side here. 7 hours 42 minutes, 59.8 miles. So we averaged 7.8 knots, max speed of 8.6. We had some current for a little while today. Engines ran great. Generators popped off and started just fine. Still tinkering with the new Simrad system. You know, I got to learn all that. The remote control for the autopilot, that's pretty sweet. So I can go over here and sit down and do steering without having to stand here and turn the knob. The only annoyance we really had today is George.
And who is George?
George is the auto helm that is set to 10 feet below the keel. And, you know, we have a 5.5 foot draft. So, and most of the ICW is 9 to 12 feet deep. So it's constantly going off. Now, during crossing the Mobile Bay and the Mississippi Sound, you know, it was deep enough it didn't go off. But when you're in the ICW, it just do. You gotta keep pushing the button. It drives you nuts.
And what he means when we crossed is we went out of the normal channel.
Right.
That's dredge.
Right.
So we went into the open water.
Yeah. Well, you know, the ICW is only where it's cut through.
Right. That's what I said, out of the
constantly.
little,
right.
where it's dredge.
Out in the Sound, you know, it was, 30 feet deep. That's where we had the pretty dolphins and nice bow waves splashing. And it's just the wind's been up all day. I mean, 20-some knots. What do we got right now? I know it's a zinging out there. And it's, of course, we're at anchor, so it's directly ahead. You know, you're looking close to 20 miles an hour. You know, and see, we're in 12.5 feet under the keel, so the alarm's not going off all the time. You know, so we're basically anchored in 12.5 plus 5.5 for our draft. Okay, so there's 18, and then we have a 9.5 foot bow, so we have to figure all of that. 18, 9.5, 27, 27.5. So we went 6 times that. We put out, you know, a couple hundred feet of chain. Got the bridle on with no big issues. That saves a lot of noise and stress on the windlass. All the charging systems are working good. We had a little issue with the inverter. You know, we turned the generators off and the alarm's going off and the refrigerator wouldn't come on. And there's a little button down there you got to push that says invert. So, yeah, we did that. Oh gosh, I'm not sure. You know, we'll be heading just east of New Orleans tomorrow. And, you know, there's some tricky bridges and stuff we got to figure out. I'm not sure. I'll do some more research later tonight. But, you know, I was hoping to make it into New Orleans, but that's a 10-hour run. And that's just too stressful for everybody. It's not worth it, you know. And we're going to be pushing hard when we get into the river, you know, because of the currents. So, but we've never been up to Mississippi, so the AIS worked good. You know, we can pull up and see the other boats that have AIS. All the tugboats have AIS. You know, we pulled one up. There's a tugboat coming with 6 barges on it, and so pulled it up. I found their name, and about the time I found the name of the boat, they called me. You know, hey, Snapdragon, you know, we're going to where you're at right now. So pass on the twos, and pass on the twos, starboard.
Starboard to starboard.
Starboard. So yeah, it was smooth. It was great. You know, before having AIS, we were always constantly going, oh man, you know, we'd call them on the radio. Sometimes they'd answer, sometimes they wouldn't. And on the rivers, you know, on the Tenton, you know, it's just curvy like this, snakes all over the place. And if you catch one of those tows on a bend, you got to get out of their way. You know, they have the right of way. They can't just wait on you. So having the AIS is a big deal. Really, really like that. So I guess that's about it for today.
That's it.
It was a good day.